In a world flooded with noise, where everyone is competing to speak louder, explain more, defend themselves faster, and prove their presence through constant reaction, a different kind of person appears. Someone who does not rush to talk, someone who does not explain themselves at every turn, someone who does not fight every battle. And yet, when they enter a room, something shifts. Not because they are physically dominant, but because they carry something rare, silent confidence. This silence is often misunderstood. People confuse it with weakness, fear, shyness, or avoidance. But real silence, the kind rooted in confidence, is none of those things. It is deliberate, controlled, chosen. It is the result of knowing exactly who you are and not needing to prove it out loud. True power has never depended on volume. The most psychologically strong individuals are not the ones who constantly assert themselves. They are the ones who understand that excessive explanation is exposure, and exposure is loss of leverage. Every unnecessary word reveals intention, emotion, insecurity, or strategy. Silence is not emptiness. It is space, and space forces others to fill it. When you remain quiet, people speak more. They explain themselves. They justify. They reveal motives they never intended to show. And while they are talking, you are learning. The confident mind does not rush to respond. It observes, it waits, it lets patterns form. Most people believe quick reactions are signs of intelligence. In reality, they are often signs of emotional reflex. Confidence slows the moment down. It chooses when to act and, more importantly, when not to. Silence unsettles people. Humans are conditioned to expect feedback, agreement, resistance, emotion. When none arrives, their mind turns inward. They begin questioning themselves. Did I say something wrong? Do they know something I don't? Are they unimpressed? Are they judging me? And in that moment, without a single word, psychological control shifts. Power is not about intimidation. It is about unpredictability. And nothing is more unpredictable than a person who is not emotionally reactive. Someone whose responses are not automatic. Someone whose silence cannot be decoded easily. In conversations, arguments, negotiations, and relationships, the person who speaks the most is often the one trying to regain control. The person who remains calm and reserved already has it. Silence communicates self-sufficiency. It signals that validation is not required. Silence does not mean agreement. It does not mean inability. It means discernment. There is a critical difference between someone who cannot speak and someone who can but chooses not to. This is where silence becomes strategy, not manipulation but mastery. Mastery over impulse, over ego, over the need to be seen and heard at all costs. The strongest individuals understand that not every thought deserves expression. And not every challenge deserves engagement. Confident silence tests people. It reveals who respects boundaries and who tries to cross them, who becomes curious and who becomes aggressive, who seeks understanding and who seeks dominance. And through this, you learn who deserves access to you. Power is not always exerted through action. Sometimes it is exerted through restraint, through withdrawal, through calm presence, through the ability to remain centered while others unravel emotionally. But not all silence is strength. Silence born from fear, suppression, or self-doubt is fragile. It breaks under pressure. It seeks escape. Confident silence, on the other hand, is heavy. It carries weight. It makes others feel that something is unspoken, intentional, and controlled. People fear chaos, but they fear calm even more. Chaos is understandable. Calm is not. Silence forces projection, and projection is where people expose themselves. When you speak less, you listen more. When you listen more, you see more. And when you see more, you gain advantage. This is not cruelty. It is psychological reality. Silent confidence does not require emotional coldness. It requires emotional regulation. Your emotions are still there, but they no longer drive your behavior. You decide. And that decision-making ability is the core of internal power. In a culture obsessed with noise, silence becomes rebellion. It becomes refinement. It becomes a language spoken only by those who have mastered themselves before attempting to influence others. Remember this: a person who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled. A person who does not speak without purpose always holds leverage. And a person who is comfortable in silence has already won half the psychological battle. If something in this resonates with you, it may be because you are beginning to understand that power is not always visible. Sometimes it is felt, quietly, consistently, without announcement. And if this kind of depth speaks to you, subscribe. Because what comes next goes even deeper, calmer, and far more dangerous than you expect.